All right, welcome to Align Trading. I am glad to be back. Hopefully, everyone had a great Thanksgiving and holiday with some of the time off last week. Now, I did plan on being back today. However, I had some issues with my Wi Fi and they did not fix it until tonight. So, here I am finally making the video, and we will go over what to be watching for the rest of the week ahead. But I do want to talk a little bit about what's been going on the last few days with the short week. Last week, we'll talk more about it and kind of the bigger picture here and what to be looking for. But I also did want to talk about a couple of things here with the end of the year coming up right around the corner. What a great 2024. But that being said, I am going to be increasing the prices here for the new year. But for you members, this does not affect you. As I've mentioned, you guys have that locked in rate for life. I really appreciate you guys. Some of you guys have been here, 7, 8 months, almost as long as I have been doing this on YouTube. However, if you have been watching and thinking of joining, becoming a member, and trading with us every day, no better time to do it than now. Also, I plan on releasing some long form tutorials that will be exclusive to members only, going over not only the algos and what we do here, but some other trading concepts and principles also. But let's go ahead and take a look at these charts now. We will go over today's price action first. You can see here in the morning, we have this blue and yellow controlled selling that we are looking at from Friday, and we are now looking for this continuation. You can see we are in the green algo as well. There's this inverse head and shoulder. Once again, this blue and yellow algo, we form that inverse head and shoulder as we continue moving higher within not only that green algo, but you can also see how we begin to see that purple right here. However, it just cannot gain any traction. But nothing about this says too short yet. You can see we do not even form any structure. In order to do so, need to be below that level. Same thing right here. Do not form this head and shoulder. There's no inverse cup to head to the downside. We do have this 5-day moving average getting closer, and that is why I want to talk about how we can start to form this right here. Pay attention if we do begin to form that. Otherwise, this can just be the yellow and blue controlled selling algo once again, and we build this larger inverse head and shoulder. But I do want to talk about this here on the daily and the larger trend that is going. You can see this 5-day is moving up. We have this upper Bollinger right here towards 610, and if we do want to make that move to the upper Bollinger, absolutely can. Right here, you can see how we have this cup and handle that formed this inverse head and shoulder, so a good structure in order to do that. But like I said, with this 5-day, and if we do form that head and shoulder here on the 30-minute chart, pay attention if there is a pullback back to that 5-day moving average, and then from there we could form support, bounce, and continue to the upper Bollinger, or we have a fake out right here and we try and retest this 20. Now, how we got here on the 30-minute chart, you can kind of see the structure. We talked about this, right, being within this yellow and blue controlled selling right here, forming this inverse head and shoulder as well as that cup and handle. You see we gapped up here, so didn't have a chance to take that to close the cup at this 600 level. Once we did that, right, you can see how we form with this blue and yellow controlled selling, that inverse head and shoulder. And from here, right, again, you see this cup that forms, and we begin to form that handle, right, within that yellow and blue. You see that orange there, but cannot get that continuation to the downside right here, grabbing this liquidity and giving us the dump. And therefore, you see with that inverse head and shoulder, once again, there is that purple buying continuation, and this whole time we are within this green algo right here. Not once are we forming this head and shoulder right here, so if that does form, pay attention to it. However, right here, right, if you're looking for that, gotta be seeing this handle forming right there and giving you the move to the downside. See us lose the 5-day 20. We've held that down here multiple times. You can see, right, with this 20-day that we turned to support and this white algo. So if we were going to head down, you would want to be seeing that form. Up here, can we start to see this tapering, that head and shoulder forming that I mentioned, and beginning to break out of this green? Absolutely, but we got to pay attention if that inverse cup forms at the 5-day and whether we lose it or it is a pullback and we begin to form some sort of structure like that, like we have been doing this entire way up, as I've been talking about. If you've been paying any attention at all, right, you see how this continues to form right here. So once again, that does form. Otherwise, will we eventually make that inverse cup and handle and see some sort of tape bomb on the way up to higher targets? But in terms of today's price action, you can see that we are in a range here in the morning and then through the afternoon here, right? Another range. So you do have to pay attention. There are some trades in here. You can see how we are forming with this controlled selling right there and this tapering algo, an inverse head and shoulder. We form that cup. You want to be seeing that same algo forming this handle. There is no handle quite yet for that continuation, but right, with this algo right there, pay attention as you see how we build that liquidity along with this regular cup and handle within that algo right there. Here is that head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder for the handle continuation, right? Once again, that algo on the way up, inverse head and shoulder, but we cannot form that handle right there for the continuation, and we are within this range right here. Not much to be looking for. There is this inverse cup that does try to form right here, some sort of handle, but not the trade maybe that I would be taking. Even with that second handle within this chop, we do start to form, right, with this inverse head and shoulder right there. You can see that cup and handle on the way up for another move. Not the greatest price action by any means, right? With these ranges that I explained right here, just a lot of chop going on. However, no reason to be shorting this. You can see that it is controlled selling right here and could be looking for your scalps and your continuation off of that right there until the time does come where we start to form that move to the downside. Now, we do have some news tomorrow, job openings. Pay attention to that when that releases. But other than that, that is all I have for the video. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see members in the morning.